Something that we all have in common is everyone has a bad habit, whether it be something not serious like going to bed late or something really serious like alcohol. It's something that we all deal with in our life. Personally, I struggle with consuming too much sugar on a daily basis. As an athlete, I should be eating healthy and properly fueling my body. But having bad habits is natural. It becomes part of a routine. Research shows us why it's hard to break a bad habit. These bad habits have been glued in our brain. But there are ways that have been proven to help break these habits and potentially create new healthy ones. Like I said, something I deal with is sugar. Why is this? It's because as we create these bad habits, our body becomes dependent on it. Habits happen in a loop. First, a reminder provides a cue for the behavior, the trigger. Then our brain starts to think about the behavior, the craving. And then we perform the behavior, the response. And then the response yields the reward, and the reward is dopamine. The reward reinforces the desire to continue the behavior, and we rinse and repeat. It becomes part of our routine. Another example of this is vaping. Vaping has become very popular in the recent years, and many people have become addicted to it. This is because of the dopamine rush we get temporarily as we continue to do our bad habits. Our body depends on these little dopamine rushes, and that's why we continue to do whatever it is we do. Why is it so hard to break a bad habit? Dr. Luis Marquez, Associate Professor of Psychology at Harvard Medical School, says, when we try to break a bad one, we create dissonance, which means that we basically create a clash in our brain of whatever it is we're trying to stop. This clash activates the limbic system. The limbic system is a part of the brain involved in our behavioral and emotional response, a group of brain areas in the center of the head, and an older preserved brain structure for basic survival functions. For example, when we see something that we like, we eat it so we don't starve. The limbic system triggers a fight or flight response that response because we are impeding on our routine, and our body will go back to old behaviors, good or bad, since humans are a creature of habit. But this does not stop us from getting rid of these habits. They say it takes 21 days to break a habit. However, there is no one specific time frame to breaking a habit. A study from 2009 and 2012 say it could take anywhere between 18 or 254 days to break a habit. It really depends on the person. A good start to break any habit is to start small. For me, something small would be not eating dessert or quit eating as many snacks throughout the day. If we start with something big, it will shock our body and it will become harder to maintain. Another great tip is having a goal or a purpose. Whether it be for yourself or someone else, having a purpose will help with motivation and keeping you accountable. And finally, the best tip is admitting that you have a problem. If you're not able to acknowledge that you have a problem, nothing will change. Seeking professional help or even talking to someone about your habit will create guidance in your journey and break your habit. We all deal with habits. It's part of nature. These bad habits have affected our brain into creating a routine that is hard to break. But when it comes to breaking these habits, it will come down to discipline. If we can't keep ourselves accountable, nothing will change. Having a purpose and a want to change is everything. For many, breaking a bad habit will be the hardest thing they have done.